Hey photographer, welcome back to part 2 in our Honeybook series where I'm walking you through what I would do if I was starting with Honeybook today. Today we're talking about packages, pricing, invoices, contracts, all that nitty-gritty stuff that we really need to operate our business and how to set that up in Honeybook. And so the first thing we're going to do is set up our packages. So if you have any type of different packages for your photography business, this is for you and hopefully you do. So first we're going to go to packages, and if you forgot how to get there, so from our home screen, we're going to go Tools, My Templates, and then you're going to scroll down to Packages. So this is where you're literally plugging in the different services that you provide. Again, Honeybook has templates you can start from, like wedding package, mini session, all that stuff. But I'm going to create an example package with you just for tutorial sake. So again, you always want to title your files. So we're going to put Test Senior Collection 1 for this example. And then obviously it's going to auto-populate here. And then you can do one of two things. I prefer just to like type out the description of the collection just in this area here. So you could say like 3 outfits, 2 locations, then maybe online gallery of digital images to download, or however you want to say. And then obviously you can put quantity, a unit here if this was a reoccurring item, but then you can put your price here, and if tax is applicable, then you can click here, and then you can set that up to how much the tax would actually be. So this is number one way. And then usually I just delete this because I like to keep it really clean. But if you want, you can like if you would prefer to keep this clear, and then you can kind of say like professional retouching for 1. And then you can put, it likes me to do it all at one time. Okay. And then 2 hours of shooting and 2 locations. So you can drop it down and keep these at 0 so that the price stays the same. So, and then you can do individual images. If you would like it really broken out, you can do that, but I like to keep my invoices really concise, like I said, so I prefer it the first way where I just add the whole package description in that first little box there. So again, this is how I like to do my collections, the title, and then just a breakdown of everything that's in the collection, and then of course the price. So you'll want to set this up for every different collection that you offer, for each genre you offer, and I know it takes a little bit of time, but in the end it's going to save you so much time later. So what this allows us to do is create invoices very quickly. So if we go to invoices, so I would create an invoice for your most popular collections that you send over again and again. And again, you're always going to title your invoices, so it just keeps you organized. Test Senior Collection 1 to keep everything cohesive. And here's that header image that's going to always populate. You can always change this. Let's pick another one just for sake, and you can drag this down to wherever you want for the header image, and then boom, it's there. Okay, and so this makes it just a beautiful way to send an invoice. So in this item, this is where we're going to create that, or select the package we just created. So we can just type in test, boom, see, it already has it there, and then it auto-populates all of it in. It puts in all the description, the price, everything in there. And so if you have multiple collections that you're sending for some reason, you can do that, but I just love how fast it populates in there. And then if you scroll down, it has a payment schedule. So if you do offer payment plans, this is great. If you have a 3-month, you just add another payment, and then it'll break down automatically on the price and how much would be due. And then you can change when you want that done by clicking on this when column. So you click that. You can do upon receipt, so immediately as the invoice is sent, a custom date, so where you can kind of choose which date you want to do. There's also, smart date, so once you put in the project date, which we'll go over next time, it'll automatically send it when you tell it to. So like, let's say 1 month before their session, it'll send it then. So it's pretty cool. If you only want it due with one payment, you just simply delete these payments. Let's say you just want to always have it on the project date. And boom, there's your invoice all ready to go. So now let's talk contracts. So again, Honeybook has a lot of examples or ones to start with. If you need just if you don't already have a contract and you just need something to start with. So they have a lot of general contracts here that you can definitely work with. But hopefully you already have a contract in your photography business that you can kind of just plug and play into here. Let's do an example first. Let me show you what it looks like. So again, you're going to always title which contract it is. And then again, here's that header image, and you can change it to whatever you want. Let's just do a new one. And then again, you can like move the crop and then save. So boom, there it auto populates, or it puts that image there just so you know if you want them to separate that way. And then at the top, I love it because you can put all the smart fields you want. So most contracts, obviously, you're going to have the client's name, at least some kind of contact information, and maybe the date. And again, if you remember from the email section, that there's lots of smart fields that Honeybook does, which is great. So let's just say you wanted to add it the project date. And then we would insert a smart field here. Options, that's what we want. Okay, and then the field name. So if you click on this, you can put any of these. It has a whole bunch of stuff from project location, date, venue, if you're a wedding photographer. And what I love about this, it has like first client full name, second client full name. So again, if you're working with a couple, or for me as a senior photographer, I often have the parent and the senior on the contract. So I can do, you know, one for the parent, one for the senior, which is really nice. It has a whole list of what you might need. And so you can just pick one. So we're going to say project date, and then you can also choose down here if they can edit it, like if it auto-populates the wrong thing and you want them to be able to edit it on their end, must fill or you can't edit. So I would probably say can edit and save field. And so then you can see that project date would kind of populate in there. So once you have all the smart dates in there, then you plug in your contract in there, all the verbiage that you have, and anything in here that you can automatically put a smart field in, I would, just to help ease with just filling it out. And I'm going to show you what it looks like on the client's end, because the signature is automatically added, so you don't have to worry about adding that. And so let's say that we are all done, we got our verbiage, we got our little smart fields in, we're good to go. And you see, again, it says all changes saved. So we can go back, and there is our contract. And so now that you put in your packages and your invoices and your contracts, now it makes sending proposals really easy. And if you're a photographer, you're probably going to send a lot of proposals. So what a proposal is it's combining both the contract and the invoice, or at least the session retainer, however you set up your photography business, into one. So it just makes it a lot easier for the client and for you to get paid, and also for having everything signed. So again, let's go ahead and create a new proposal, just so you can see what this looks like. Let's go test propose senior collection 1. Oh, can't type when I'm talking. 1. Okay, so you title it, and now there's the 3 different sections: the proposal, the payment plan, the contract. So let's fill out the first one. This is where we're going to plug in that package that we created. Boom, there it is. It'll fill in all the description, the price, etc. It's even cool, you can add a discount if they'd already paid like the retainer and this is like the remaining balance. You can do that here. Payment schedule, you can definitely edit anything in here. Again, if you want only one payment, just confirm, and then when you want it due. And then down here is the contract. And once you put in multiple contracts and you just need to choose a different one, you can come up to here to templates and then choose whichever contract you want, and then whoops, add it to there. So, and then you'll hit save. But again, it's all ready to go, and that's your first proposal. If we're gonna use a proposal or actually send one, so you have a potential client, they raised their hand, they said, yes, I wanna work with you, and you wanna send them the contract and the invoice, you can say use template. There's another way to do this I can show you later. And we're gonna do an existing project. So I just did a test project to myself. Create file. And then again, you're going to be able to review everything that you created, add client. So that's going to be me for now. And again, it'll have the invoice section here and the payment schedule, and then the contract that you want to use. And then you'll hit, you can hit client view. So this is what it'll look like for the client. They've got the item, the payment schedule. You can go to the contract. So you can see the fields. If it's highlighted, it says 4 highlighted fields need to be filed before signing, and so it'll show you, which is cool. It has little tabs here of what they need to do in order to fill out the contract for you, and then they have the signature here as well, and then they can go on to pay once they do all that. So we're going to exit out of client view, And let's say it looks good to go. So we're going to review email. So this is the email that they'll get with the attached invoice or the attached proposal, excuse me. And so again, if you put in your templates, this is where things get magical here, because I can go templates here and then put in the template that I need or whatever I'm sending. So again, I'm just going to choose a test one, and then it's going to auto-populate everything for me. And again, if you have the smart fields, it'll make your life so much easier. And then you simply just hit send, and then it'll tell you when the file was successfully sent, and then it'll be in the project details, which we'll go over this project details in the next video. But I hope you guys can see how, like, if you take the time to do all these templates, when you start getting in your busy season and you have multiple clients you're working with, how much faster this is going to make your life. So if you can just put a little extra work on the front end, it's going to make your life so much easier. Please feel free to comment below any questions you have about this section specifically. Again, next time we're going to go over project details and then your scheduler, and then I think you'll be ready to hit the races basically. And again, if you haven't heard, if you want 8 months for only $8, there is a link in my description box below where you can get that, which is pretty amazing, where you almost get an entire year worth of a full software for only $8. So hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.